everybody, we are out and about. I am just finishing up running errands. I went in the grocery, I got everything I need for dinner. We're going to be in the kitchen, we're going to be out on the lanai grilling. I've got 2 steaks because there's only the 2 of us tonight. We're not having anybody over, so I'm doing steaks and a lot of vegetables on the grill. I'm not using any recipes. This is just freestyle cooking, and I just love cooking this way, but it's difficult to explain to someone how I make a dish when I don't have it written down. I just do it, but we'll see what happens. I do want to wait till the clouds come over or the sun goes down a bit before I go out on the lanai, so it's nice. I was going to say nice and cool, but there's no way it's going to be nice and cool this time of year. It'll just be less hot. So I'm going to put the top down, and I'm going to get a few minutes of sunshine on the way home because I do need a bit of a tan for vacation we're getting ready to take, because I need to have already gotten some sun before we get there. But I am going to go home, show you how I'm going to cook this without recipes. It's just simple, but it's so delicious. And I use the seasonings that we generally like, but you can substitute any seasonings that you like or take out the ones you don't and make it your own way to cook. But I might have a few ideas for you that you haven't thought of. So let me put the top down and let's get going. These beautiful boneless ribeyes. Now, what I will do is put them in a Ziploc bag, and you know I love using garlic paste, and I'm going to add garlic paste, ground pepper, and sea salt. And let these steaks marinate and warm. They will be perfect for the grill. You don't want to put your steaks on the grill while they're really cold right out of the refrigerator. You want to let them warm up a bit, and then they won't be rare in the center and burned on the outside. So try that if you've never tried it and you find that you have your steaks unevenly cooked. Try warming them just at room temperature for a bit before you put them on the grill. Let's add a bit of garlic paste. I'm trying to put it on each side of the steak so it'll be easier to marinate. And I think that got it. I'll turn this down. Let's add our ground pepper. and sea salt. Not too much sea salt. You don't want your steaks over salty. But it looks as if I'm not placing these on the steaks, and I'm really not. At some points I do. But what I'm going to do next is seal this up. And then I'm just going to massage all that salt, pepper, and garlic into the steaks so it's evenly distributed. If you're not one to marinate your steaks, give this a try a time or two and see if it doesn't taste a bit better. And allowing the steaks to warm before you put them on the grill. See if that helps. There we go. We have our salt, we have our pepper, and we have our garlic on our steaks. Ready to warm up and put on the grill. And that leaves the beautiful tender ends. I've placed the asparagus on a baking sheet. We're going to bake these asparagus before I put them on the grill because I want them completely cooked. I'm trying something new. Now this is olive oil. Just drizzle a bit of olive oil on this. And we're using Kerrygold pure Irish butter. This is my favorite butter. I never use margarine, only butter. I just found that everything's better with butter. Better with butter. So let's add a bit of butter. Not much. Altogether, I would say that's a tablespoon. Now this is an impulse buy. It is citrus, pepper, veggie roaster seasoning blend. It's made by Urban Accents, and I bought it at the grocery. It just looked like it had my name written all over it. So we're going to try this. So it comes in 3 packets per box, and I'm going to open this, sprinkle this on our asparagus. Now in this mix we have salt, ground black pepper, garlic, onion, lemon peel, orange peel, red and green peppers. It just sounds delicious. Let's see if I can get that even on there. I'm going to bake these in the oven for a half an hour at 350 degrees, and then I'm going to take them out and put them on the grill. But first, let's put some lemon slices. Since I have lemon always, let's add some lemon slices because it is citrus pepper, and they show lemons, and I'm a lemon lover, so let's try that. We have 1, 2, just a few slices to give it that extra citrus flavor. Now, that looks fabulous. And I have a bit left over, so let's add some of the lemon juice while it's roasting. Now, into the oven. Wow, what a beautiful tomato. Well, we're going to roast this tomato with Parmesan cheese and salt and pepper. So there are only 2 of us eating tonight, so I'm going to only use 1 tomato. And I'm going to start by cutting it in thin slices. I take off the end, and then I just start slicing. I'm leaving the skin on this to hold its shape. If you are particular about having the skin off of your tomato, that is fine too. You can take the skin off, but I'm leaving it on because I don't want it to be too mushy. So we have these beautiful slices of tomatoes that we're going to roast on parchment paper on a baking sheet. And I believe I've made these before a long time ago for you. I make them quite often, but I don't always video everything I make. So what we're doing is we have the tomato slices. We are going to use oregano, a bit of oregano. Just sprinkle a bit on, and a sprinkle of basil. The lighting is terrible in here. Let's see if I can correct that a bit. Does that help? No, that did not help. Well, we have basil and we have oregano. Now let's grate Parmesan cheese over the top of each tomato slice. You are going to enjoy it. The more Parmesan cheese you put on it, the better, but, you know, you don't want too much of a good thing. That looks great. All right, ready for the oven. Okay, now we're going to make mushrooms. And again, we're going to use butter, Kerrygold butter. We have Lee & Perrin Worcestershire sauce. And I'm not measuring any of this. I'm going to guess 2 tablespoons of Lee & Perrin and maybe a tablespoon of butter, and then I am going to put black pepper, ground black pepper. I am not adding salt because Worcestershire sauce is very, very salty, so I don't think we need any more of that. And then, of course, we have our mushrooms. And we're going to saute those. I'm going to say 10 to 20 minutes, but keep your eye on them. They just need to be to the point that they're a bit browned, not totally browned, because you don't want them to be very tough. You want them to be just sauteed in the butter and Worcestershire sauce. And it's going to be an excellent pairing with the steak. That's why you see mushrooms with steaks served in restaurants so often, because it's just a great pairing. So those will saute while I carry on with everything else. And then in a moment we're going out to the grill, and I'm going to walk you through that. So you can see how I cook. I cook a lot. I'm not sure how much others cook, but I'm hoping that I can be a good influence on those who are afraid to cook. I'm putting a tiny bit more Worcestershire sauce on this if you can't see. Teeny bit more. I just feel that it needs more. After you've cooked a long time, you can sense those things. But maybe I'll be an influence on you. Never know, you might find your favorite new dish. I brought out our marinated steaks with the garlic, pepper, and salt. And we're going to put these on. Now the grill is at about 450 right now, but it will decrease in temperature because I have the lid open. And that's a good thing, because I don't want them to cook too fast. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn the grill down to probably about 350 and let them cook slowly. There's one, and here's the second one, and you can hear them sizzling. Look at that. Wow, that looks great. And I'm going to move these over in a moment and put the asparagus on the other side, because even though I've roasted them in the oven, I'm going to put them on the grill to get that real crunchy grill flavor. So let's close this up, and I'll be back in a moment with the asparagus. Okay, now let's put our asparagus on the grill. You know, we said we were going to roast these at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Actually, it was 375. I'm sorry I said 350, but I was looking at the instructions closer, and it's 375. These have been roasted in the oven. Now we're going to put them on the grill, and I'll give you a report back on how this goes. And we have moved our steaks over. They look delicious, and I'm going to close this up and let that cook for just a few minutes and get that great flavor of the open flame. Now let's turn this over, and look at that. You can see the charred ends of the asparagus. Cannot wait. Everything is looking fabulous. Okay, now we are ready for dinner. We have our grilled boneless ribeye. We have our sauteed mushrooms and our citrus asparagus that's been both baked and grilled, which is one of the things I've never done before, but it looked delicious. And then we have our roasted tomatoes with Parmesan cheese and Italian seasonings. So if you have never cooked without a recipe, this is how I do it. I like using recipes, but most of the time I cook without one, and it's just a matter of knowing what you like, what seasonings your family likes, and give it a try. So try these ideas and let me know what you think about them. And if you try them and add any other seasonings or flavorings, please let me know. I love to see what you cook.